What if I told you that one of Iran's biggest global partners, China, is surprisingly quiet during the conflict with the US and Israel? Many expected China to stand firmly beside Iran, but instead, Beijing is carefully stepping back. Why is China secretly supporting the West? Or is there a deeper geopolitical strategy happening behind the scenes? China and Iran have built a strong partnership over the years, cooperating in energy, trade, and global diplomacy. In fact, China is one of the largest buyers of Iranian oil. When tensions rise between Iran, the US, and Israel, China often avoids direct involvement. Instead of military support or strong political backing, China usually calls for peace, dialogue, and restraint. So the big question is, why is China not actively supporting Iran in this conflict? China follows a foreign policy based on strategic neutrality. It prefers to avoid military entanglements in foreign conflicts. Beijing focuses more on economic power rather than military alliances. If China openly supported Iran against the United States or Israel, it could trigger a much larger geopolitical confrontation. That is something China wants to avoid at all costs. China's biggest priority is its economy. The country trades heavily with both the United States and the Middle East. Supporting Iran too strongly could lead to economic sanctions, trade restrictions, or political pressure from Western nations. China's economy depends on global trade routes and stable markets. Getting involved in a major conflict could disrupt supply chains. It could also disrupt oil markets and international investments. Even though China and the United States are strategic rivals, they are also deeply connected economically. The United States remains one of China's largest trading partners. If China openly supported Iran militarily or politically, it could escalate tensions with Washington. This could lead to stronger sanctions, economic retaliation, or even military confrontations in other regions. China has a long-term plan in the Middle East. Instead of taking sides, China wants to maintain good relationships with all countries. This includes Iran, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the Gulf states. In fact, China recently helped mediate diplomatic talks between regional rivals by staying neutral. China can position itself as a global mediator rather than a military ally. Another important reason is military risk. Supporting Iran directly could pull China into a conflict involving the United States and Israel, the powerful military forces. China prefers to focus on strengthening its own military while avoiding direct global conflicts. For Beijing, patience and strategic positioning are more valuable than immediate confrontation. China's approach is not about abandoning Iran. Instead, it is about protecting long-term strategic interests. China continues to trade with Iran, invest in infrastructure, and cooperate economically. But when it comes to military conflicts, Beijing chooses diplomacy over confrontation. In global politics, silence can sometimes be more powerful than loud declarations. China is not stepping away from Iran. It is simply playing a much longer strategic game. And in international affairs, patience is often the most powerful weapon of all.